has the coming to America story. Some people, it might be how they met their spouse. Others, how they got their first job. Others, how they achieved the American dream. My mother's story is how she got 5 traffic violations at the same time. Welcome, audience member, Madam ToastMaster, and esteemed guests. When my mom first came to America, my dad was so busy that he would not even have time to eat breakfast. And so my mom, being the lovely person that she is, every morning without fail would pack him lunch, drive to his work, and give him his food. And it sounds nice, but there's one problem with this situation. My mom did not have her license. But at the time, my mom decided there was no point in getting a license because clearly it was going for her right. And one day, cosmic karma, if you will, culminated into one fateful encounter. The speed limit was 40 miles per hour. The speed limit was 40 miles per hour. So naturally, she was driving at 50 miles per hour. Strike one. All of a sudden, behind her, she hears it. It was the feds, the 5-0s, the fuzz, if you will. It was the police. And so at this time, my mom assumed that when a car was flashing lights behind you, they were not telling you to pull over. Instead, it was more of a kind suggestion. So she continued driving for a very long time, which from the policeman's point of view must have seemed like he was participating in the world's slowest car chase ever. Finally, my mom gets the hint and she pulls over. But in her freak out, she forgets to turn on her signal when she switches lanes. Strike two. The policeman gets out of his car, saunters over, and taps on her window. Ma'am, do you know what you did? Now my mom's a dignified woman, so she replied like any dignified woman would. She clutches her steering wheel, looks up at him, and says, "No." He says, "Ma'am, can I see your driver's license?" "You may." "Can I see your driver's license?" "You can." "Ma'am, this is a learner's permit. Do you have a driver's license?" "No." The man at this point is extremely tired. He says, "At least can I have your insurance papers?" Strike four, you know the drill. "No." At this point, the man is like, "Jesus Christ, lady," and he saunters all the way back to his car to start writing the ticket. He notices something, and then he comes back like he regrets it. "Ma'am, on your permit it says you need eyeglasses when you drive. Do you have your eyeglasses?" "No." And so my mom is panicking. She's wondering, how am I ever going to live this down? How is my husband going to let me live this down? Because can you imagine, at this point she has 5 tickets on her name, and each one is around $200. So the policeman comes up to her one last time, gives her the ticket, and says, "If you get your license in 7 days, the judge will lower the fine." My mom does not get her license in 7 days. She gets it in 5 days. And so when she goes to the judge and shows him the license, for all of those tickets, she only has to pay one fine of $45. Whether it be all of your midterms at once, whether it be all of your personal relationships seemingly deteriorating at the same time, whether it be 5 traffic violations in one car drive, sometimes It seems to us that when life hits you, it hits you hard. And in times like that, we might think that the easiest thing to do is to stop and give up. Sometimes we think that when the only thing that we can do is grip our steering wheel, look the problem in the eye, and say no, that it's time to give up. But dear Toastmasters, that is not what we should do. We might think that it's an act of cosmic karma that is telling us to stop, but really, I think it as a cosmic catalyst. It's nature's way of telling you that if we did not do this, you would not have ever taken a step in the right direction. Because sometimes it takes 5 traffic violations to get knocked into reality. Sometimes it takes 5 traffic violations to realize you must do something. Sometimes it might take 5 traffic violations to go and get your license. Madam Toastmaster.